Alright guys, so my fairy tale review this week is kind of late, and I apologize for that, but it's definitely been a busy week, so, sorry I got it late to you guys, but I definitely wanted to make sure I got it done, so, here we go. Alright guys, so this week's chapter of fairy tale definitely brought the mixed bag of crazy, Starting things off, we had Yukino, who runs into her sister Serrano, and things are so crazy between them that Serrano basically says, I'm such a terrible person that at this point I can't even acknowledge myself as your sister, Until I've atoned for everything I've done, I really can't call myself your sister. I mean, I've killed so many people, I've done so many awful things, so, the only thing left for me is atonement. And it was kind of sad because Yukino kept calling out for her sister, and her sister really wouldn't acknowledge her, and it was kind of like, man, that's pretty messed up. But I guess when you reach a point where you've done so many terrible things, it's kind of hard to even acknowledge yourself as a human. So I think in that sense, that's what we got this week with that whole sister-sister dynamic. Alright, so this next part, just strictly based off the way the last chapter ended, I really didn't know what to expect, but we picked up back with the Mirajane part of the story, and really, I pretty much thought she was screwed. Obviously, she ran into Eileen, who is way beyond her level, It was really to the point where there was no way Mirajane could win, but you just kind of hope that maybe some way she could hold out until some kind of help arrived. Help came alright, but it wasn't for Mirajane. You see Brandish and you see August show up, and you already know that things are going to go south, At this point, Eileen is just toying with Mirajane, and she straps her to a boulder, and for some reason, every time Mirajane gets attacked by someone, they're always obsessed with destroying her beauty. So Eileen starts doing this stuff where she's basically telling Mirajane that she's going to ruin her beauty to the point where no one will even be able to look at her, she'll be that disgusting. So she starts basically melting the rock and essentially melting Mirajane herself. But luckily it was stopped by August, who showed up and was like, this is pretty cruel. But Eileen wasn't satisfied with that, so she's basically telling August, I don't care what you say, I want to finish this girl. And August is like, yeah, actually you better care, I'm in charge of you, I'm the boss, I'm the general, you need to listen. But Eileen is so hung up on getting Mirajane that she's not going to let it go. So to go ahead and settle this, you got August, who basically shoots Mirajane through the heart. And right there, man. As soon as I saw that, I did not have a good feeling at all, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach where that nervousness where you like, oh man, something bad is about to happen. So I really thought Mirajane was going to bite it, but luckily, Brandish comes through again. Brandish isn't even a member of Fairy Tail, but I feel like she's, within the past 10 chapters, she's done so much that at some point, depending on how the whole Zeref arc goes, they need to get her butt in Fairy Tail. But anyway, Brandish ends up shrinking the size of the wound, the same way she did with August when he was stabbed, So Brandish ends up shrinking the wound, and luckily through that, Mirajane is able to survive. As I said in the beginning, this week's chapter of Fairy Tail brought the crazy, and it definitely wasn't done yet, To end things off, you see these two guys who essentially have their souls taken away, and lo and behold, we get the introduction of the White Dragonel, which I'm guessing is Natsu's and Zeref's brother. It never confirms that it's their brother, but you kind of assume that based off the name. But who knows? Maybe he's a cousin, distant relative, who knows? But it just shows him taking their souls away, and I'm like, dude, what kind of powers does this guy have? And of course, he's a member of the Spriggan 12, So I'm guessing maybe if he has the power to take souls away, maybe he also has the power to bring them back. So who knows? If Natsu is truly dead, maybe later on down the line, somehow Natsu ends up getting his soul back. But I don't know. I'm only speculating at this point. Alright guys, in terms of things to come with the whole Fairy Tail manga, I don't know what's going to happen at this point, Obviously all the Spriggan 12, they're going to be gathering at the Fairy Tail Guild where Zeref is. And naturally, because of the call out that was sent to the Fairy Tail members are also going to be gathering at the Fairy Tail Guild. So I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of major clash, which I'm definitely looking forward to, But at this point, I don't think there's any way that the Fairy Tail members can win. That is, unless, of course, they get some crazy help by none other than Gildarts. But as we all know, whenever stuff's about to go down, Gildarts, for some reason, never seems to show up. So Who knows? Well, guys, that's going to do it for this week's fairy tale review. I definitely apologize for the tardiness of it, but I wanted to make sure I got it done for you guys so that I stay somewhat consistent. As always, I definitely appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. Definitely appreciate the support. You guys have been amazing. Since you're already here, I am going to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Definitely got some cool things coming out, some cool giveaways I'm going to do. So make sure you're a part of that. As always, guys, I'm your boy Heroes Come Back too. Peace.